The following is a story from Irish mythology. It is taken from the great epic on Táin Bó Cúailnge, the cattle raid of Cooley, and this is the translation by Thomas Kinsella. How Conchobar was begotten and how he took the kingship of Ulster. Ness, the daughter of Iúchad Selbree of the Yellow Heel, was sitting outside Elwan with her royal women about her. The druid Cohad from the Tádraga of Maginish passed by, and the girl said to him, "What is the present hour lucky for?" "For begetting a king on a queen," he said. The queen asked him if that were really true, and the druid swore by God that it was. A son conceived at that hour would be heard of in Ireland forever. The girl saw no other male near, and she took him inside with her. She grew heavy with a child. It was in her womb for 3 years and 3 months, and at the feast of Oher she was delivered. The boy, Conchobar, was reared by Copad, and was known as Copad's son. Conchobar rose to great dignity 7 years after his birth, when he took the kingship of Ulster, and this is how it happened. His mother Ness was living by herself. Fergus MacRoach was king in Ulster at that time, and he sought Ness for his wife. "Only if I get something in return," she said. "Give my son the kingship for a year, so that they can call his son the son of a king." "Let her have that," everyone said. "You'll still be king, even though we'll call him by the name of king." So the woman slept with Fergus, and Conchobar was called King of Ulster. Ness immediately set about advising her son and his foster parents and everyone in his household. They were to steal everything from one half of the people and give it away to the other half. She gave the Ulster warriors her own gold and silver. All this was in hopes of what her son would get. In a year to the same day the time was up. Fergus called back his pledge. "We'll have to talk about this," the men of Ulster said. They gathered together and talked. They felt greatly insulted that Fergus had given them over like a dowry, while they were grateful to Conchobar for all he had given them. They decided, what Fergus sold, let it stay sold. What Conchobar bought, let it stay bought. In this way Fergus parted with the kingship of Ulster, and Copad's son Conchobar became High King of a province of Ireland. Ulster grew to worship Conchobar. So high was their regard for him that every man in Ulster that took a girl in marriage let her sleep the first night with Conchobar, so as to have him first in the family. There was no wiser being in the world. He never gave a judgment until it was ripe, for fear it might be wrong and the crops worsen. There was no harder warrior in the world, but because he was to produce a son, they never let him near any danger. Heroes and battle veterans and brave champions went before him in every fight and fray to keep him from harm. Any Ulsterman who gave him a bed for the night gave him his wife as well to sleep with. His household was very handsome. He had 3 houses: Cray Bruid, the Red Branch, Táin Bó, Twinkling Hoard, and Cray Dearg, the Ruddy Branch. The severed heads and spoils were kept in the Cray Dearg. The king sat in the Cray Bruid, red being for royalty. All the javelins and shields and swords were kept in the Táin Bó. The place twinkled with the gold of sword hilts and the gold and silver glimmering on the necks and coils of grey javelins, on shield plates and shield rims, and in the sets of goblets, cups and drinking horns. Uchain was there, Conchobar's shield, the ear of beauty. It had 4 gold borders around it. Cú Chullain's black shield, Dovon. Láv Tapa, the swift to hand, belonging to Conall Cearnach. Uchnech, belonging to Flideas. Forbaida's red gold, Ord Dearg. Huscraid's triumphant sword, Huscrach, death-dealing Ethach that belonged to Amergin. Condera's angry ear, Nuadu's Canal, a bright torch. Fergus's hacking sword, Luchan, the fearful Uachach that belonged to Dovhach. Erga's Letach, men's Bratach, Noisha's dutiful Luchach. Nihach, the wounder belonging to Leary, the bloody Crowda of Cormac. Shancha's resonant shield, Sciurglan, Celtic's Cove Lacaha, the door of battle, and other shields beyond counting. Also beyond counting were Conchobar's household and his houses. There were 150 inner rooms. each of which held 3 couples. The houses and rooms were panelled with red yew. In the centre of the house was Conover's own room, guarded by screens of copper with bars of silver and gold birds on the screens, and precious jewels in the birds' heads for eyes. Over Conover's head was a rod of silver with 3 apples of gold, for keeping order over the throng. If it shook, or he raised his voice, everyone fell into such a respectful silence you would hear a needle drop to the floor. At any given time in Conover's room, there were 30 noble heroes drinking out of Gurg's vat, which was always kept full. This was Onwala, the coal vat, that Conover took with him from Gurg's glen when he killed Gurg.